Hello everyone, it's DiegoDoom here. Today I'm bringing you another review. Today I'll be reviewing S.H.MonsterArts Mecha-King Ghidorah. Mecha-King Ghidorah comes from the 1991 film Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. After King Ghidorah is defeated by Godzilla, Godzilla continues his rampage across Japan. Emmy, a Futurian who rebelled against her initial orders, decides to help Japan and save them from the threat of Godzilla. Emmy is asked to go into the future to revive King Ghidorah and bring him back to the present to be used as an anti-Godzilla weapon. As Godzilla is rampaging through Tokyo, he is suddenly interrupted by a sudden flash and a familiar sound. King Ghidorah emerges from the sudden flash, revived with several cybernetic enhancements and being piloted by Emmy. This newly enhanced King Ghidorah is now named Mecha-King Ghidorah and is Japan's greatest hope against Godzilla. Now Godzilla must face off against the mechanized version of one of his greatest foes. Be sure to check out the 1991 film Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. It is absolutely fantastic. S.H.MonsterArts Mecha-King Ghidorah is another fantastic release in the S.H.MonsterArts line. Mecha-King Ghidorah has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, fantastic accessories, and a great range of articulation. First, let's check out the box. Now that we have the box out of the way, let's check out Mecha-King Ghidorah's accessories. Mecha-King Ghidorah comes with 3 Dorats and the G-Grip system. First, let's start with the Dorats. Each of the Dorats have a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, and a nice range of articulation. The heads can move left and right, the mouths can open up, the wings have a nice range of movement, the legs can rotate, and the tail can rotate. The fur on the heads is very nicely detailed with a nice olive paint app. The face is nicely detailed and film accurate. The wings are very nicely detailed with metallic gold for the wing digits and a nice gradated gold paint app for the rest of the wing. The rest of the body has a nice metallic gold paint app with some great etchings for the scales. The only issue I have with the Dorats is I wish the paint apps were a little bit more vibrant like they were in the promo photos. As a whole, the Dorats are a great accessory to have. Now we have the 3 stages of King Ghidorah's life cycle. Next, we have the G-Grip system. The G-Grip system comes with 2 small capture cables, 2 medium capture cables, and 1 large capture cable. Each of the cables have a fantastic mechanical sculpt with a very nice weathered metallic silver paint app. The small and medium capture cables have a bendable wire as their base and a nice articulated clamp at the end. The large capture cable uses a solid base with nice die-cast rods in the center. The articulated clamp at the end of the large capture cable has a very nice large jagged sculpt. To set this all up, first grab the included Tamashii stage setup. This time around, they included a special branch arm to support the small and medium capture cables. First, remove the pegs from the left and right sides of the stage. Next, grab the special branch arms and peg them into the left and right holes of the stage. Then finally, peg in the articulated neck into the center hole of the stage. Next, grab Mecha-King Ghidorah and open up the 4 die-cast hatches located on his torso. Next, remove the center portion of Mecha-King Ghidorah's chest. Peg in the capture cables into their corresponding ports on Mecha-King Ghidorah's torso. To give everything its proper support, grab the small and medium capture cables and peg the branch arms into the holes located underneath each clamp. The small capture cables will be placed at the top of the branch arm and the medium capture cables will be placed on the bottom of the branch arm. Next, peg the Act 4 neck into the bottom of the large capture cable and that's it. Now with the G-Grip system fully set up, Mecha-King Ghidorah can capture Godzilla and deliver devastating electrical shocks. Now that we have the accessories out of the way, let's take a look at the Mecha-King Ghidorah figure itself. Mecha-King Ghidorah has a great range of articulation. First, let's start with the heads. Each of the heads can look up, down, left, right. The mouths can open up. On the left and right heads, the tongue is articulated. You may need to grab a small tool to be able to lift up the tongue. Moving down each of the necks are very nicely segmented and comprised of many ball joints. Now once you get to the base of the necks, there's one thing to be mindful of. If you happen to pop off one of the necks from the actual torso, do be careful of these control cables here. They do seem a little bit finicky and a little bit fragile, and I'm afraid that if you pop the heads off, one of these cables could get ripped out, and it doesn't look like these cables can be easily reattached, so do be mindful of that. Moving down to the torso, we can lean forwards and slightly backwards. Also in the torso, we have the figure's gimmick. We can actually open up these very solid and sturdy die-cast panels. It reveals the ports for the capture cables. Moving down to the legs, we can move forwards about this much, backwards this much, slightly come out to the side. We have an ever so slight knee bend, and the feet can tilt and swivel. Next, we have our two very long, super articulated tails. As you can see, the tails are very flexible and they hold their poses very well. At the end of the tails, we have our barbs. The barbs are connected via ball joints, and the very end portions of the barbs can actually spin. Finally, we have the wings on the new hinge system, which is absolutely fantastic and a huge improvement over our first release of King Ghidorah. Now, even though this system is better engineered, we still need to be careful when moving the wings. So first off, for the wing movement, we can actually tilt the wings upwards, which is definitely very cool. Now, when it comes to moving the wings forwards and backwards, the best way I know how to go about this, you want to grab at the base of the wings and keep all your pressure at the pivot point to move the wings forwards and backwards. Now, I must admit, moving the wings for the very first time can be very difficult. My best advice, make sure to keep your pressure steady and consistent at the pivot joint, and your wings will eventually move. The more you exercise the wings, the easier it will become to move the wings. The wings can come all the way forward for a very nice spread. Also, the wings can go all the way back a full 90 degrees, which is a huge space saver. The wings are hollow and yet sturdy, which is definitely very cool. At the tips of the wings, the metallic silver accents are made out of die cast. Now, something to be wary of, in the center of the wings we have the pointed portions. Those pointed portions seem to be very fragile, and I'm sure if you bump them, they will snap off, so do be careful. When it comes to sculpt and paint apps, Mecha-King Ghidorah is absolutely fantastic. Starting from the top, we have Mecha-King Ghidorah's 3 heads. Each of the heads have a fantastic sculpt and fantastic paint applications. The left and right heads have a very nice detailed sharp sculpt with a very vibrant metallic gold paint app. The mouths are very nicely detailed with sharp teeth, a nice forked tongue, and a very well textured inner mouth. One of the main innovations of this figure is the robotic center head. The center head has a very nicely detailed robotic sculpt with a nice weathered metallic silver paint app. The eyes are a very nice compound translucent green. Inside of the mouth, we have the nice curved sharp teeth. Also inside of the mouth, we can see the emitter, the triple laser beam. Moving down the neck, we can see the various neck spikes. At the base of each neck, we have the metallic silver rings and the control cables leading down to the cockpit. Mecha-King Ghidorah's new torso has a fantastic weathered metallic silver robotic sculpt. The capture cable hatches are made of die cast and feel very solid when you open them. There are also some nice mechanical details inside of the hatches. Moving down to the legs, we have the new robotic reinforcements that have a very nicely detailed sculpt and the same nice weathered metallic silver paint app seen throughout the robotic portions of the body. Next, we have Mecha-King Ghidorah's very nice large wings. The wings have an absolutely fantastic amount of detail. On the outside of the wings, we have a very nice weathered metallic silver paint app with a very nicely detailed robotic sculpt. On the inside of the wings, we have a very nicely detailed metallic gold grid pattern with red accents. Finally, we have Mecha-King Ghidorah's tails. The tails have a very nicely detailed sculpt with each individual scale protruding out. At the end of the tails, we have the new mechanical barbs, which have a very nice robotic sculpt with a very nice weathered metallic silver paint app with a red accent in the center. As a whole, Mecha-King Ghidorah turned out to be absolutely fantastic. Better articulation and a new wing system that is leaps and bounds better than the original release makes this figure an absolute fantastic buy. The only thing lacking with this release is a triple beam effect part for the center head. Despite that, This release is truly stunning, and I absolutely recommend that everyone picks this figure up. Now, let's do some size comparisons. To conclude the review, S.H.MonsterArts Mecha-King Ghidorah is another fantastic release in the S.H.MonsterArts line. Mecha-King Ghidorah has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, fantastic accessories, and a great range of articulation. This figure is definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. I absolutely recommend picking this figure up. Also, be sure to check out the 1991 film Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. It is absolutely fantastic. This has been another review by DiegoDoom. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for more figure reviews. Check out the Facebook fan page and also follow me on Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe.